I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Axia from Kyuujin Cosplay, and we're back to Breaking Bad Season 4, Episode 2.
Yes, you have noticed we did jump a few weeks. Well, on Patreon you will notice right away. On YouTube you'll have Episode 1 before you see this message. But yeah, we don't live in the same city, so you know the deal. So sometimes we have to jump a few weeks, and that's what happened here. But we are back. Episode 2 of Season 4. Do you remember what happened in Season 3 and Episode 1 of Season 4?
Last episode.
Yeah.
And the finale of Season 3.
Yes.
Gus is threatening. Gus is scary. Gus killed,
Victor.
not a slave, a minion. So, yes, and I guess Jesse and Walter is back to work.
Yes.
They are valuable, so it's kind of a tricky situation, and I think Walter and Jesse are between a rock and a hard place.
Yes.
A little bit.
Walter knows, and he said it last episode, that they're on a time limit, basically. As soon as Gus finds a way to deal with them, they'll be dead. So he's got to find a way to either settle things or leave, basically.
Oh my god. I sincerely don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. What will they do? What Gus will do?
We're entering what I believe is, one of the most intense seasons of the show. So I'm very, very excited.
How many seasons are they? Hey,
5.
On n'a même pas fait le petit décor.
Fuck!
So we don't know what Gus will do.
Yes.
So we don't know what they are between a rock and a hard place.
This is where we are.
Yes.
Gotta find a solution for Gus. And like I said, this is one of the most intense seasons.
There's a lot of tension.
You were asking how many
seasons are
5,
they?
5, but the 5th one is split in 2.
Okay. Part 1 and Part 2?
Yes.
When we get
so, yeah, let's jump in Episode 2 of Season 4 and see what they do next.
Let's jump into it!
He's so fucking numb.
Badger! He's like a comfort character.
Badger?
Yeah.
Hey man, I saw Andrea at a meeting yesterday. She asked about you.
Andrea, oh. Yeah, that's right.
He disappeared after they found out her brother died.
He killed her nephew.
Well, he didn't kill him, but
For him,
it was
killed
linked.
his nephew.
Thanks, man, but 12 steps and all that. Seriously.
He's cleaning himself.
Yeah, they've been following the steps because they've been going to
rehab.
Yeah. And Jesse's pushing.
Maybe just a little bump.
He needs an escape, and that makes him toxic right now, so...
Forget, yo. The way them bitches get all cranial when you cap them in the head, it's like, booyah!
Left 4 Dead.
That time I spent 20 minutes looking for a little girl to save just to find out it was a witch.
Yeah, man. It's quiet.
He needs stimulation.
You know what this place needs?
He needs to keep his mind busy, yeah.
You don't want to think about everything in the shit he is.
It's a very destructive behavior though, so... Especially when he's doing it.
It takes a lot to keep his head out of the situation.
Even that's not working. He's completely not there. That fucked him up, basically.
Like he's not already fucked up.
Yeah, he didn't need this. Both of them are handling this in completely different ways. Getting good, getting good. But that's assuming he gets a chance to sit down and talk to Gus.
I could still use a brain transplant right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna work. Let's go out and
Get everybody some breakfast, stock up on liquor while you're at it. Keep this party going. I mean, I want this place kicking harder than a sensei when I get back.
All right. You got it, bro.
Silence to him is basically a way to be alone with his thoughts, and that's a big no-no.
Yep. He's keeping himself busy.
Way to go, Hank. Come on, way to soldier up. Another few yards.
This is honestly so good. And
Yeah.
Look at you! Way to go, honey!
Come on. Come on, Hank. 8. 7. You're almost there, Hank.
Everything is purple. Fucking
Murray.
Mary.
That's what I call kicking some ass.
Oh, that was awesome, babe!
Hell yeah!
Very nice.
Yeah! Hey!
Lots of positive energy.
Lots. It's so great to see that. It's just, yeah.
One day at a time.
You've got a real way with him. You want to go full time? We've got a spare bedroom.
I'll see you tomorrow.
he is a stranger. He never knew him before the accident. I think that's the difference.
You're so strong today. Did you work up an appetite? I'm sure that you did. Listen, I was thinking about cooking tonight. So
Murray, get up.
I feel bad for her.
Hey, Jesse. Got yeah.
Andrea.
Hey.
So, how you doing?
I'm dealing. There's just one thing you and me gotta talk about. And that's this. After Tomas was murdered, 2 dudes from the block, couple bangers he used to hang with, get run over. One of them shot in the head. Same night, I get this in my mailbox.
A lot of money.
Yep.
This was you? Is someone gonna come looking for this?
No.
No. What exactly am I supposed to do with this?
Go to Disneyland. I don't give a shit.
Rock out of that shithole of a neighborhood. Or you can go out and spin it on glass and I'd have no way of stopping you. But I gotta believe you won't do that.
It's his way of helping without getting involved.
Yep.
Pretty sure that's helpful. But like, it's literally saying, I don't want to do anything, you know, linked to you anymore, basically.
It's not safe. Bye bye, little Buchu. Look at his little
Chubby face.
Chubby face one.
He's a kid. I would feel awkward to still hang out with Andrea considering he considers himself guilty for what happened.
Yep.
I think this is the scene that inspired me to do one of my video.
With the pizza.
No, not with the pizza, but everything that came before that.
12-13.
Who's it's
Gus's house.
He said it was for defense. It's not for defense.
Say my name.
Completely new persona. He's so good.
Was it an Airbnb or
No.
maybe Gus has rented the house? I'm sure he's not killing him.
Go home, Walter.
Nope. You gotta be better than that.
You want to buy my car wash?
I do. And I am prepared to talk numbers right now, if you'd like.
You think this is an easy job? I have worked 30 years of building this business from nothing, with my own hands and my own sweat and blood.
I can appreciate that, truly. So, with that in mind, is there a figure you can quote me? One which you think would adequately take
$10 million.
Well, let's try 879,000.
$20 million.
Okay, Mr. Willenitz,
This is the price for Walter White. Oh, yes. You don't think I know who you are? I remember.
Well, I have not pretended to be an...
Your husband. He quit without giving me notice.
Oh.
He brought my air fresheners. He
Oh,
cursed
no.
at me and grabbed himself. And now he wants to buy my car wash.
Yeah.
But he's not man enough to come in here and face me himself.
He's angry.
He's literally offering you a lot of money for this.
The price he pays is $20 million. Now please leave.
I think you are messing with the wrong people.
Have you recently lost a loved one in an aviation disaster? Have you suffered injury?
Are you using the airplane crash for your advertisement? Oh, tabarnak! Saul Collius!
6, 7, perhaps even 8-figure cash settlement that I can win for you will never fill the hole in your heart caused by your tragic loss. But you deserve justice.
I wish I had time to read what was written under that.
Life trauma and everything.
Yeah, I'm not accountable for you know, police officers coming to your door because of fraud. Nothing like that.
There were some actions that I took, which I want you to understand. I didn't want any of this to happen, and I harbor no ill will.
There's a load off my mind.
Mike, I'm trying to tell you.
I get it.
It's business. They don't... I don't think they care.
You won't have a soft spot. Maybe they care, I don't know. But you won't see this face.
Well, Mike could probably pity him a little bit.
Makes a man wonder exactly where he stands. I mean, I cannot be alone in feeling this way. Not after what happened to Victor. You and I, we're in the same boat.
Drink your drink.
If it happened to Victor, it could happen to you. And what the hell was that anyway? A message?
You won, Walter. Do yourself a favor and learn to take yes for an answer.
Yeah, I got the job. But for how long? Get me in a room with him.
It won't be by Mike.
He's trying. It would take one yes.
You done?
Yeah.
You're dangerous, Walter.
Yes. Can't pretend to know Mike.
Thanks for the drink.
Can't try to manipulate him.
Ben non.
Walter has a tendency to underestimate the people around him, and that's what happens.
Yep.
Seriously?
Ah, the cops.
Jesse, I've been awake for like 3 straight days.
So crash here. It's not like I ain't got the space.
Yeah, that's cool and all, but I think I got like this cat. I think I'm like supposed to feed it.
Yes.
Whatever, you little bitch. What about you? I'm kind of pushing flowers here, yo. I ain't proud of it. It's God's honest truth. Ain't time to pace it out, that's all I'm saying.
He's panicking.
Totally. I was thinking like next week.
Yeah, sure, man. Next week.
He's pushed away everyone who actually cares enough to see if he's fine, and the ones that stayed don't realize he's not fine.
Breakdown. He's alone.
I know. Alone with his thoughts and
He's having a panic attack.
Yeah, sort of. By the way, like, again, I gotta say, Aaron Paul.
That's it?
Yes, that's it. Aaron Paul is always killing it.
Always.
Oh boy. Okay, so what did you think?
Mais là, see, I want to see the rest. Là.
I know.
Hey.
We gotta stop and talk though because copyright laws.
Everyone is not okay.
I know. Okay, let's go character by character. Walt, I think, is the easiest to discuss this episode. He's also stressed, but he's handling it with actions.
Yes.
I don't know.
He's
what
proactive.
He thought he knew, he thought he could do it alone.
He think that he knows how to do the job and how the business is doing and how you can just threaten someone as powerful as Gus, but you don't understand what you're going through.
Yeah. He's underestimating Mike, too. He thought he could do it alone.
Yeah.
Then Mike noticed the gun right away from the second, from the door. As soon as he walked in, he noticed. So, like, Mike is
if you want to have
OG.
a gun,
Mike is
it's
amazing.
fine, but it won't serve you if you
Yes,
need it.
exactly. That's why, when he got the phone call, while he was about to kill Gus and he got the phone call, he's like, oh shit, Mike is an obstacle. And then he tried to manipulate Mike into helping
it was
him.
Mike, I thought it was Gus.
I assumed it's Mike because I don't think Gus would worry. That's why he pays Mike, to look after him. So, in any case, it's Mike that noticed
It's a
that
bounty man.
he's a security guard, I guess. I don't know, but if Gus called, because I couldn't tell with the voice, but if Gus called, it's Mike who noticed first anyway.
Yeah. I thought it was Gus that was not threatening Walter, but I thought it was Gus. I don't know if it's the voice, but I thought it was Gus because I think, maybe he asked Walter one last time to just go home. You have business to do, and it's a partner. He doesn't want to have to shoot him or kill him. It won't.
Well, that's Mike.
Be valuable.
Mike would have done that. Gus
Mike,
would just
maybe
have
it
shot.
was Mike. Maybe it was Mike.
Because I think Gus would just have killed him. If he had known that he came to his door with the intention of killing him, he would have just gotten rid of him.
Yeah, but he think he's really manipulative. I think
he tried. I think he tried.
He tried to manipulate, but he's always trying to manipulate people. Jesse can be manipulated because he's trusting you, but other people.
Yeah, he has
no
issues,
shit.
and he's got emotional issues. Well, he needs someone to tell him he's fine. So Walter got that quite fast, so he's using it. But Mike, he can't read him.
Mike and Gus, you can't just use them as you want.
Basically, it's probably one of the first times that he's facing people that can actually keep up with him.
Walter doesn't understand that you're threatening the guy who's threatening the Mexico cartel.
He doesn't know about that. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. That's what I said.
Yeah. He always assumed, I think, with his background, he's got a lot of ego and pride. We talked about this a lot. Because of that, he looks down on a lot of people. And ever since he found Heisenberg, he started doing that more and more. So once again, he's trying to, he's scared of Gus. He's definitely scared. But when he puts on the hat, he thinks that he's still good enough to take them down.
He sees himself as an equal of Gus, but you're out of your league.
Especially with Mike on Gus's side.
Yeah.
Like, you can't fool Mike. And he tried to like you said, he tried to manipulate him, try to push him around and play with his emotions, and I think that's why he kicked him. Because you can't do this shit to people who are aware that you're doing this shit. It might work with
his proud is his flaw.
Yes.
And Gus uses it.
Oh yeah, that's how he got him to work for him.
That's how he got him to work. That's why I say it. It's Gus saw that his vice, I think.
Yeah.
His vice was his pride. So you need to what word did he use? You need to provide for your family.
A man provides something like that. That's a good speech. But yeah, I mean, he nailed him. Basically, where Walter thinks he can read Gus and Mike, but he hasn't realized that actually it's them that have read him perfectly from the beginning.
Yeah.
he still tries to justify himself in front of them, try to make them think that, oh, I was doing this only for defense and everything. And I'm like, dude, for Gus, it's always been about business. The only reason you're in hot water right now is because you messed with his business. It's never going to be personal with Gus. At least I don't think so. But,
No, but you're threatening his business, so that's
Yes.
why you're simply a threat.
And I mean, he's right though to worry and buy a gun and be nervous because yes, he is on a time limit. Gus is not just gonna let that go. He's got his pride too, pretty sure. He's looking for a way to have him replaced, and as soon as he's got a solution, Walter will be dead. So that, I don't think he's wrong about that at all. Which is why, like, he's dealing with this in a more proactive way than Jesse, who's just rolling with the flow and trying to deal with his trauma. But Jesse's not getting ready at all for what might happen. He's actually making things worse because he's not stable and he's not dealing with it.
Jesse?
Yes, I'm moving on to Jesse here.
Jesse, Callis, he's a little baby, though.
I know. This is a bad season for him.
He makes me remember of a friend that can be alone with his own thoughts because it keeps spinning and spinning and he's having a lot of problems to not conserve but like deal with it.
Yeah. It's my cat. My cat
Yeah.
is scratching his on the camera.
If you are moving right now, it's because of Tolkien.
Yes. We took care of the cat.
Yeah, Jesse is kind of... He tries to evade himself from the situation.
Yes.
Evade is the word?
Bury it, yeah. Evade, yeah, well, yeah. He's trying to bury everything under a mountain of sound and stimulations.
Yeah.
So, the less he thinks about it, the better. But it's not...
But you can see at what point he is... Il est rendu, genre...
Where he is, yeah, where he's... What? What are you trying
Tu vois
to say?
à quel point il est rendu, genre... Il est rendu au point que... Comment tu dis? He's at the point that he needs 20 people to his house.
And it's
a lot of music with all the time 3 days party.
And it's still not enough.
And it's not enough, and he's down with his own thoughts and he's capoting.
Yeah, I mean, it's, he's freaking out.
He's freaking out. He's in a breakdown.
Yes, he is, I think, this close to a panic attack. He's crumbling. He sent away everyone, like I said in the episode, that could have cared or could have asked about, are you fine? Do you need help?
He doesn't have a lot of people in his... No, he doesn't have a lot of friends that could be there for him.
Yeah, and I mean... And
Badger and Skinny Pete were there for him to take the weight off a little bit, but it's still not enough.
Well, the worst is I'm pretty sure if he actually went to them and asked, they would listen. They would try to help. But they are not the most observant friends you could have.
No.
So they don't notice. In their mind, he just wants to party.
It's their friend. It's not a big cartel drug dealer. It's not. I don't think they saw. They don't see Jesse as how much he's in shit and how much he's dealing and how much is deep in the business of drug dealing.
Yeah, and
they
what
don't
he's been
know.
through. They probably don't know half the things.
They don't realize how much. And Jesse is freaking out all by himself.
Yeah.
Because Walter, he do everything with Walter, and Walter is never there for Jesse.
Although I will say he did notice last episode and a bit this episode too. He's noticing that Jesse's not reacting to what happened in a way, in a normal way. So he's.
I don't know if he thinks it's not okay or if it's Jesse's way to deal with this.
Last episode they were sitting down at the diner and he saw how Jesse was just casually eating his breakfast and he asked, "Are you fine? Like, are you sure you're okay?"
Yeah.
Like, he worried a little bit because when he killed someone, when he went through this, he wasn't fine. He kind of had a breakdown himself, and he dealt with it by justifying it over and over. I had to do this. I had to do this. And again, at the diner, he did the same with Jesse. It was Gail or us. We had no choice. It's always justification. Basically, that's the whole thing with Walter. He's convinced he's right.
It's the first guy that Jesse kills.
Yes. And Walter has done it before and it's been bad for him, but considering he puts himself on a pedestal so much and he keeps justifying it by saying, you know, oh, I was right to do this because I had a reason. It works now for him. It's a tactic. Yeah, it's his tactic. Basically, if I say it's okay because I must have had a good reason to do this. But Jesse sees it as it's a bad thing that I did and he takes on the guilt. He doesn't justify it. So
it's a way to coping, and I said it, I think, at the beginning of the season, it's a way to bend his own karma or bend his own view of what is right and what is wrong. It's not wrong if you had a good reason. Walter sees life like that, but Jesse, he doesn't see it like that.
Yeah.
Just like when he realized that his drug do a lot of bad things for the people, like with the kid in the crack house, like with Jane.
Yeah.
With Jane, he saw everything, and even if it's not his fault, it will be his fault. He's in the wrong.
He keeps it.
You can't twist his bending of morality, I think.
Well, that's because of how his entire being has been for a while. He's never been good enough. He's never done right in school. He was always a fuck up. So of course, every time he does something bad, he's gonna see it as I fucked up once more.
Yeah.
So he's gonna handle the shit by.
He's built like this. Walter always do the right thing, and right now he's just like you said, it's the normal man. It's like your neighbor dealing drugs. So it was a nice guy but he's bending and bending the more and more his morality.
He did that from the beginning by saying, I'm making meth, but I'm not a criminal.
So that's why right now we have a Walter who's keep pushing excuses to you had to do it. It was Gail, it was you.
Just like now he's got to take care of
who's
this.
freaking out. Jesse is freaking out because nothing can excuse a kill for him, I think. And I saw it like that.
Well, it's the ultimate sin if you think about it. It's like
it is the.
Well, like, yeah, it is. It's the ultimate sin.
Well, yeah.
And I mean, no, and it's not even justifiable for him. Like, even if he tried, because he could try to justify trying to kill, you know, the guys that killed Andrea's brother, because they murdered someone, an innocent. But Gail was completely innocent. Was not a bad guy, was not trying to actively kill them. Nope. It was a prevention thing. And Walt, being in his head and thinking about the future, saw it as necessary.
Yeah.
But not Jesse.
Jesse will see, but I don't know if Jesse's seeing just that he kills someone who doesn't deserve it. But you kill someone who doesn't deserve it because you made Walter obligated.
You forced Walter.
You forced Walter to kill two guys. It's all because of you. If you weren't threatening the life of the two guys, Gail will still be alive and you wouldn't have to kill someone.
I don't know if he's mixing all of that together.
I don't think
but
too.
He's definitely got some guilt when it comes to Andrea's brother, which is why he gave her the money. He feels responsible for what happened, so he gave her that as an out, basically. You go live your life.
Yeah.
And I'll be done, you know, here.
What I see of Jesse right now, me neither. I don't think that he see the situation. Like
he's not doing the pyramid.
No, he's not doing the pyramid. It's just like, I killed someone.
Yeah.
And it's just, maybe it's the thought that's going again and again and again in his head.
Well, usually, you know, in this moment, he's not blaming anyone but himself.
Yeah.
He's not trying to think of, you know, who made me do that? Why did I do that? What was the reason? He's not going there because...
I'm just like, what was the reason? What was the reason?
He stops it at, I killed someone.
Yeah, I killed...
He's not in the right state of mind.
I killed an innocent.
Yeah, he's not in the right state of mind to go further. And I'm telling you, he's not going to be for a little bit. So, and the thing is, you know, after Jane... Walter took care of him. He sent him to rehab. This time, no one is doing shit.
Nope.
So he's pretty much free falling. Yeah, good idea. He's pretty much free falling, and it's not pretty, but it gives Aaron Paul, you know, great moments to perform. Yeah. So yeah, this is where we are with Jesse.
This is Walter and Jesse. Skylar is trying to do the good job with a car wash.
You know she took that personally, though.
Yeah, I don't know what she's gonna do.
The way I see this scene is, not only did he basically put her down, thinking she didn't know her job, thinking she didn't come prepared or anything, thinking she wasn't ready for this, and then he wrapped it up by saying, "You're only here for Walter," which technically is true, but he's like completely erasing her to only see Walter, and she's done being Walter's wife and Walter's accessory. So she definitely took that.
She never were.
Yeah.
She never were Walter's wife. She was Skyler.
Yeah.
Yeah. She never wanted to be in the shadow. Even in season 1, you saw that she was the one
wearing the pants.
Why?
Yeah. Things have changed, but now she's actively taking charge, and she took that as an insult. They can't let go of the car wash, so
yeah.
I wanted to say during the episode, I'm like, well, they're gonna get the car wash. The question is how.
Maybe.
It's a bit of the.
But no, don't make the job harder.
We know they're gonna get it. They want it. You can't say no to Heisenberg and Skyler.
Walter and Skyler.
It's his persona. It's his gangster persona. It's more intimidating.
I find it quite funny.
But you saw though when you went to Gus how he put he was scared and he was a bit shaking, like that's the acting for you, but he took the hat, he put on the hat, and it's kind of like armor. As soon as he put the hat on, the music stopped. And then he opened his eyes, and the music became very disturbing.
The music changed.
And he was completely calm. I love him.
It's not the first time we saw Eisenberg.
I know, but every time I'm just amazed by the acting.
Yeah.
It's a really good job. But anyway, so Skylar and the car wash, it's her personal mission to do something. I think you will be pretty surprised with how they handle this.
It's I want to watch Skyler get the car wash. I don't know how they would get it.
I mean, it's not like we like that man or anything.
No,
so
we're not attached to him.
It's just, it is kind of his life's work. It's 30 years of him working to
it's
make
quite
it work,
honest work.
Yes, but we're about to steal it from him somehow. So.
Yes, so I can't wait to see it.
Quickly, do you want to talk about Hank and Marie?
Yes, I want to talk about Hank and Marie.
There you go. Go ahead.
Oh mon dieu, he's a spirit witch, little Hank with his minerals and his crystals, and it's rocks.
He's a millennial. He's become a millennial. But I liked what you said.
I don't like Mary, but you don't have to be so hard on her.
Yeah. Quickly, with the minerals, I really like what you said, I think 1 episode ago or 2 episodes ago, I don't remember, but how it's this new crystal meth, It's another type of crystal. It's still a crystal, but since he can't be a cop anymore, it's what he's focusing on. It's his obsession, because otherwise, kind of like Jesse's trying to cover everything with sound and distractions, that's his own distraction.
He was always fanatic. He was fanatic about his job, about DEA, but now he's got nothing.
Yeah.
He won't get his job back.
The only thing I have to say, though, is I was happy to see him so, positive when he managed to walk back and to his bed.
Yeah.
He really, because I was thinking,
I'm happy that he saw it as a victory, but not as I'm only able to go walk.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking in that moment. Like, people in a situation, people in a situation could definitely be like, you're happy that that I walked, 10 steps, but that's just 10 steps.
That's just walking to the restroom, to my restroom.
My
the toilet,
yeah.
To the bedroom. It's not quite a lot.
It's one small step.
Yes, it's a small step, but it's the beginning of something. So I'm happy that I think Hank saw it that way, and I'm happy for him. But after he was harsh on Mary, poor Mary.
How I understand
She's annoying, but not in this episode.
She's just trying to make him feel comfortable.
But I think she's a good wife. She's a good wife to Hank, and she's taking a lot right now.
How I see it, she knew him before the accident, so she remembers what he used to be like, and he can't be a man.
Ashamed.
Yeah, he can't be a man, and he can't be a good husband to her. That's how he sees it. So whenever she's there and she's excited, it just makes him feel like a baby. He's like, I don't feel excited for this when you say it. Yeah.
He was he has pride just like Walter. He was proud of his job. He was proud of the man he was. And right now he's just the shadow of what he was before.
Yeah, actually, it makes me think of one thing. When we do reactions with my sister and we watch something that makes me cry, we talked about this, her and I, because she used to, you know, when she notices that I'm crying, she used to be like, oh, it's okay. I would hate that.
Yeah, you hate this. You hate
support / pity. I would stop crying right away, or I'd be like fuck off. Like I would pause the camera and be like, I don't want you to do that. It would mess me up. So I'm just imagining, and I'm not in a situation or anything. Like it's just me and my trauma. So I'm just imagining what it feels like to be in his situation and having someone you know, someone that has been with you, who says, you know, good job, you're doing great and stuff, and is excited for you. You feel like it's gotta be, you know, it's gotta be a lie, or it's gotta be out of pity or something.
Yeah, it's pitiful as a situation for him.
Yeah, it's different from the guy you never met before, who's a complete stranger. He's there to help you, and that's it. There's no attachment.
I think he sees it as a victory. The therapist, like the physical therapist, he sees it as a victory, and like we're going from point A to point B, like point B to point C, but Mary saw point A. Yeah. So every time that she's, wow, it's amazing, but it's not amazing. You saw him walk.
Exactly. And that guy doesn't know him, so he doesn't remember a time where he could walk.
Yeah, so it's more...
It's genuine.
Genuine, yeah.
He feels it's genuine from this guy, whereas he feels... And he did say it in the bed, like he was like... stop pretending that you care, because she probably doesn't care about the minerals, but she's trying, so he doesn't feel like he's annoying her. But I mean, he sees that as pity, and it shows because Marie is doing too much. But at the same time, there's no book. Well, there's probably a bunch of books actually. There's no right or wrong way to do this. You just do your best. It's one day at a time for her too.
Yes, and I forgot what I was thinking about.
Sorry.
No, but it's
okay. If it comes back to you.
She tries. At least she tries. Of course, it's not because of pitiful. It's just I want to be here for you. I want to be here to cheer you up.
Yeah. In his mind, after he was
He's
someone...
not used to this act of kindness.
Definitely not.
People were not there to help him stand up for himself.
Mm-hmm. Well, he used to be the man, the guy in charge, and he was the one that owned the room he was in every time.
Even in his weakness, when he was he had charges against him with the DA just before the shooting. Mm-hmm. He was a man. He was taking the lead. He was proud.
He allowed himself to cry in Marie's arms, but this is much worse.
He was choosing to show these flaws, but right now he's at a lowest point, and it's not even his choice.
Yeah, basically.
Oh,
it hurts. It hurts. But he's making progress, though. Like, he could have been stuck to a wheelchair forever.
I can't wait to see him walk, and I'm we're having a problem with the bills, so I don't know if there's gonna be something about this.
So far, no, it's just mostly that Walt hasn't sent a check in a while, but he's been dealing with his own issues.
Yeah, we see that too.
No, I don't think. I don't think they will have problems. He's a millionaire. He can pay.
Okay, so.
Anyway,
so that's pretty much it for this episode.
Yes, in the beginning of seasons, it's always setting up the rest. So
where we are, this is an episode where we see. Okay, we are there. That's the situation we are built into.
Those are the problems we need to take care of.
How it will transform.
Yes.
Because science, chemistry is always transformation.
Chemistry is the history of change.
We will change to one phase to another phase.
Yes.
So that's it, guys.
Thank
it was
you,
Breaking Bad Season 4 Episode 2. I hope you guys enjoyed watching our reaction.
Yes, thank you guys for watching this with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
Or you can just wait next week to see the next episode on YouTube.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.